This is Juggernaut44 coming back at you guys with another video. This is going to be a top 5 video. This is a top 5 video on powers that I have found confusing and convoluted over the course of me reading comic books. These are powers that, like I said, these are the top 5 powers in the Marvel Universe that kind of confuse me. Like, what are these things? What makes these guys so powerful? What did this to them? And convoluted because it's just their powers is just like, what? You can do that? It's like, what's going on? So this is my list. Hope you guys enjoy it. Please rate, comment, and subscribe to a brother. Damn. Okay, coming in at the number 5 spot, we have the hero Vision. Okay, now Vision was created by the villain Ultron to destroy the Avengers. He was created from the blueprints of the original android Human Torch and the brainwave patterns of Wonder Man. Now, once Vision was created, he basically rebelled against Ultron and joined the Avengers. Now, his powers include, he has a jewel on his forehead that powers him from solar radiation, and he can also use this as a weapon to emit on his enemies solar radiation or microwaves radiation or whatnot. He also can control his density. He can increase his mass to give him strength or durability. Okay, now this I don't find unusual. What I do find unusual is for an android with manufactured machine parts to be able to become intangible. I'm confused by this ability. I think it makes sense more for Shadowcat and Doctor Strange to become intangible, for them to have those abilities, because they are organic beings. The Vision is an inorganic being. He has a bunch of metal parts within him. So I don't think this makes sense that he can be able to walk through walls and whatnot, because he's basically an android. Okay, coming in at the number 4 spot, we got Photons. Now, Photon was originally named Monica. That's her real name. Was a lieutenant in the New Orleans Harbor Patrol. While she was on patrolling, she came across a guy trying to create a weapon on her docks that she was controlling. This weapon was a dimensional energy device. In the process of her trying to obtain the weapon, she was exposed to the energy rays and gained powers and abilities. Now, her powers, she consists of a lot of them. She can change her body form into any electromagnetic spectrum. This includes light, electricity, microwaves, radio waves, gamma rays, cosmic rays, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, lightning rays, infrared rays, neutron rays, and she can become a laser. She can also make her body become invisible or intangible. She can fire beams of energy from her hands or pretty much anywhere from her body. And she can project holograms and illusions. She at one point had the ability to call upon a force field from another dimension that increased her strength. She's very powerful, and like her being able to change her body into a light, it's just very a convoluted idea. But I like her, and she seems to be a good leader as well. Okay, coming in at the number 3 spot, we have Miss Marvel. Now, Miss Marvel real name Carol, working for NASA alongside Captain Marvel, whose alias was Dr. Walter Lawson. She was captured by a villain called Ron Roggs, and while Captain Marvel battled to save her, she was exposed to a weapon called the Psyche Magnetron that although Captain Marvel tried to shield her from this weapon, she was able to copy Captain Marvel's abilities from being exposed to this weapon. She basically had flight and strength and, you know, durability and invulnerability, and a little bit of precognition of danger. Later on a mission with the X-Men, she was captured by the Brood, and she was experimented on. And those experiments further increased her powers to where she can now tap on the energy source from a binary white star. And then she became immensely more powerful. She can manipulate energy now. She can lift over 100 tons, so that means she's in the class of Thor in the Hulk. She can fly in space unharmed, and she can project beams and absorb energy. And it just seems crazy how she has those abilities by just being experimented on, but I guess so. Very convoluted right there. Okay, coming in at the number 2 spot, we have Jack of All Hearts. Now, Jack of All Hearts' father was a human being, and his mother was an alien. His father was working on a project to create an energy source called Zero Fluid that can power his mother's son, because I guess her son was about to burn out. Anyways, some criminals tried to profit from the energy source and killed his father. Tried to kill Jack, but Jack was accidentally doused with the fluid, and the fluid gave him abilities. These are the abilities that Zero Fluid gave him. He can propel himself with zero energy to fly, and he can project it from his hands as a weapon to, I guess, fight crime or whatever. He can get so hot that he can melt the polar ice caps of planets. He usually has to be contained in a special shielded room or contained in a suit of armor to contain his energy. What the hell is Zero Fluid? And, you know, how is he able to do this to him? You know what I'm saying? His mind has also been upgraded by Tony Stark's, where he can process information and store a lot of information in his brain. He's half purple from the side effects of Zero Fluid, and despite all his powers, he can only lift about 2 tons. Okay, coming in at the number 1 spot, and this is probably the reason why I did this list, because I can't understand this guy's powers. Wonder Man is number 1. Wonder Man, named Simon, was in jail. He was bailed out by Baron Zemo. He was in jail for embezzling money in his business. Baron Zemo basically doused him with ionic rays, and from these rays he gained the ability of super strength and invulnerability. And unbeknownst to him, he can fly, but originally he used a jetpack to fly. But I guess over the years he just absorbed so much ionic energy that his strength level just increased. Now he can like lift over 100 tons. Whatever. He never has to eat or sleep. He propels himself through flight by using his ionic energy to propel from. And he has been shown at one time to be able to increase his physical size. His eyes are constantly glowing red from his ionic energy. And at one type he was like all purple, like he couldn't even control his ionic energy. It was just all over the place. He couldn't even contain it. What the hell is ionic energy? This is just another power that just confuses me. It's very confusing, very convoluted. And you know, but oh well. Alright then.